What is up, everyone? Today we've got another video from the Japanese YouTube channel, and today we're going to be looking at Terapagos EX. Terapagos EX is one of the new Terra Pokemon. It's one of the first Stellar Mechanic cards that's coming in. Nothing special about the Stellar Mechanic, but it is another just Terra Pokemon. It is a basic Pokemon that has 230 HP, is a colorless Pokemon, and has the attack Unified Beatdown for 2 colorless energy, and says 30 damage for each of your bench Pokemon, but you can't use this attack if you go first and you go, or sorry, on your first turn if you go second, preventing you from just getting like a fast Terapagos Donk style deck, which is, I think, good from Pokemon for sure. And then the attack cost is, I think the Stellar Mechanic has fun attack costs similar to our Amazing Rares from the years past. So for a Grass, Water, and Lightning, Crown Opal does 180 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon from attacks by basic non-colorless Pokemon. So basically, you're trying to wall off the Pokemon that aren't other Terapagos. This can be gusted around, but maybe you can deal with things like Chan Pao, Iron Hands, Fighting type like Raging Bolt, stuff like that. But you pair it up with cards like Fan Rotom, which has Fan Call that gets 3 colorless Pokemon and puts them into your hand of 100 HP or less. This doesn't say basics. And only on first turn, you can only use Fan Call on the first turn, so like it's limited by not being the most broken card in the game, basically. But for one Nest Ball, you basically can get 3 other colorless Pokemon, put them into your board. But 100 HP is really relevant because of this Noctowl. Noctowl has Jewel Hunt, and it is under 100 HP. And Jewel Hunt says when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, during your turn, if you have any Terra Pokemon, you may search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Trainer, not item, not supporter, not stadium, trainer, which means any of those categories, and Terapagos is a Terra. So the whole strategy kind of just pans out by itself. So without further ado, let's jump into watching some early gameplay. We see the Fan Rotom being open on the left to the Jigglypuff. Pretty obvious, pretty broken opener. I'm going to make myself small so you guys can see the full bench here, hopefully. Noctowl, and a Hoot Hoot. Hoot Hoot was already in hand, so we're going to go ahead and put this down. It's going to force an Iono, basically, out of the opponent if they have it. We're going to see the Vessel coming through, just discarding a Lightning, getting 2 Grass Energy. Yeah, we're going to get 2 Grass Energies. They're talking about the product. I think it comes in. A Nest Ball, I think, getting Terapagos here. Oh, no, Radiant Greninja. That makes sense also. Radiant Greninja lets us draw 2 cards. Ultra Balling away 2 cards from our hand. It looks like Poffin and something else. Poffin also gets Fan Rotom, which is ridiculous. Also, this Terapagos does look very shiny. The alt art looks absolutely crazy. I do want to buy one for my collection, or maybe I pull it out of my box. You guys want to see pack openings? I do get one a box every single set. You see Gardevoir on the right. Arvin. We see the Poffin Evo. The most classic turn 1 for a Gardevoir in the book. We're going to go ahead and attach this, attach the Evo. We're going to go ahead and have to use the Evo and power up. A very solid turn 1 for Gardevoir, actually. I don't think this Terapagos deck has anything that actually hits the bench, so maybe we're safe, and our Curlias get to let us just kind of mog through these guys. Bouffalant, I think it's 60 less damage for each other Bouffalant you have in play, which is weird. I don't think it makes any sense, but I guess you want more bench Pokemon anyway. There's the Noctowl letting us get 2 pieces of whatever combo we want here and put it in our hand. The Trumpet, so we're gonna get the Crystal Cave, or I think it's called Cessation Cave, I don't know, which lets us have 8 bench if we have a Terra Pokemon. And we're gonna go ahead and Nest Ball here. I think the ordering behind this was a little bit weird. Like, I feel like we could have artisaned out a guy before we did that, and then we could bench this from our hand and then Nest Ball for another guy. So maybe we could have maxed everything here that we needed. We're going to go ahead and get Nest Ball and Glass Trumpet. The Trumpet says we can get 2 basic energies, I believe, from the discard and attach them to our Terra Pokemon in any way. So it's like an omnipotent, Super Dark Patch, I guess. So we're going to use Super Dark Patch here and accelerate to 1 to Terapagos, 1 to Terapagos. Basically, effectively, and a secondary Trumpet. We only have 1 energy in there. So super easy there. There's the board coming through. There's the Iono, drawing a fresh hand of 6. Hoot Hoot, another one on the board. So now these Noctowls get reusability. We're going to go ahead and use I'm assuming the 180 attack, so we can't get hit by basic Pokemon here. So now Drifloon can't come back and Oko this Terapagos, which is actually really good. So it's going to force Gardevoir to go into probably Guardy EX this turn if possible. And if Guardy can get a Gardevoir EX and a Monkey Dory onto the board, it could actually be really strong, because that way you can do 190 into 220. And I don't think you actually get one shot here, so it's pretty doable. We're going to go Vessel. I think there's the Dark Energy, which is good. Nest Ball for the Monkey. Banger, absolutely phenomenal. There's the Gardevoir, the Dark to the Monkey. I would just do the 3 to the active, and I think just Swing is perfect here. A virtually ideal start here. And this is really good. Oh, whoa. Why would we do that? Wait, does Buffon say -60 to all your colorless Pokemon? Okay, I didn't know that actually. That's my bad on the translation on that one. I actually misread that card. I thought that was different. Okay, that makes more sense why we're doing the 30 there. Um, yeah, okay, this is fine. I guess I think maybe we still do to the other Terapagos anyway. Um, because we can try to go one shot this Terapagos, one shot the other Terapagos potentially. A-Spec is Hero's Cape. Whoa, okay. Um, so we're going to be pretty big here, and then 180 comes through. Same attack as before. Uh, wait, why do we do 210 instead of... Or we're just doing the bench damage attack. So now Drifloon can come up and knock out, but it doesn't matter in this situation because of... no, it was the 180. I misspoke. I'm so sorry. We're going to go see the Refinement, and the Gardevoir coming back into play. The Ralts hitting the board. There's the 30 damage again. We're going to move that to the bench Rotom. I still think putting it on Terapagos makes more sense because that free 60 can become 90 next turn again, and that just adds up. Like it becomes like we're hitting for 130, right? Like that basically saves us a turn of attacks effectively. If they grab like a Sharon's Care here or Penny, even Penny, there's the Penny. Okay, in this deck I feel like Sharon's Care might be just better, right? Because if you have damage on your Noctiles, you can pick them up too if you're playing a bunch of colorless stuff. But I guess you can play like one Sharon's, one Penny potentially even. If you're playing an all colorless version, which seems like this version is pretty colorless heavy, so maybe it's just better that way. So we're going to penny up this Terapagos, which is now like an absolute unit. Greninja for 2. Put another Terapagos back into play. The Trumpet comes back. We're going to go ahead and get the 2 energies back onto the board. Attach for turn. Terapagos is back into the active. Hero's Cape is back onto the active, and there is the damage. Now see, if this Terapagos had 60 on it, I mean, it still has 330 effective HP, goes to 270 effective HP, -60. So we still have to do a lot of damage, but it saves us one attack potentially. Now that one attack is also taken from us. Pheasantipity is, not coming into play. Gardevoir has like very few cards left in deck. We've been refinementing this whole time. There's the Aroma, no Stamp. We're going to see the Retreat into Drifloon. Countercatcher probably here, hopefully. Countercatcher up the other Terapagos. There's the Charm. We're going to go ahead and attach the 4 energy. Which puts us at the exact amount we need. We're going to go ahead and say the Monkey Dory, moving 30 hopefully to the other... Or we're just going to take out the Rotom, apparently. Okay. And I think in situations like this, it's always correct to over-move your damage because like we have so much damage we're working with already. We're going to accelerate one more just in case and take this knockout here because if our Gardevoir does go down... Oh, it's still -60. That's right. It's still -60. I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry. There's the knockout. We have 3 prizes left to take. Another Terapagos hits the board. Attachment on the bench. Research coming through. Pitching. All of these wonderful cards. There's the Gengar, another way to fill our bench. A way to get another Pokemon into play, getting more damage here. Blood Moon Ursaluna, Boss's Orders, a bunch of stuff. Tons of stuff being researched. The Gengar can still be put into play from the discard. There's the Vacuum coming through, getting rid of the Balloon. Or the Bravery Charm. There's 1 prize coming through, and now, our Curly gets sent up to its imminent doom. We're going to see just the knockout for 180. And there's no way to deal with this Terapagos, which is really difficult. So the Turo's already been used. We're going to see the Super Rod putting back Screamtail and Pheasantipity. Screamtailing a Noctowl or something here could be pretty good. We're clearly not killing the active. We can take 1 here and then try to look for the game other way. Pheasantipity, there's like no cards left. This Pheasantipity doesn't do anything. The deck has like 3 cards left, so there's the Iono. We're going to go ahead and accelerate to the active. Retreat here into the Screamtail. Let's go ahead and power up. So we can do 160 -100 for the colorless types. We're going to move 30 to the other Terra. We're going to go ahead and do 100 damage. Probably just take out the Bouffalot. Now the -60 is gone, the buffer. So a Boss's Orders next turn will win the game if there's no other Bouffalot. Onto the Terapagos. Or a Countercatcher, I guess. There's the Penny, removing the damage from earlier. And 180 coming through, removing the 2 prizer, making this the one big threat that has to be dealt with. And a Boss's Orders on the other side. This is actually like kind of insane. I didn't expect it to be this good, I guess. We're going to go ahead and refine. Ultra Ball, Drifloon, Bravery Charm, not going to do anything in this scenario. Getting another Gardevoir, Pheasantipity hitting the board, and Iono. I just feel like the Pheasantipity doesn't do anything. I don't really know why I benched it. It's just a lose con potential here. Because now if there's a Gust on the Pheasantipity with the Stadium, it could just end the game, right? Like it's just, but I guess a boss on the Gardevoir ends the game anyway. So maybe we just, there's the top deck, there's the boss, there's the game. I guess like the boss didn't matter anyway, so, because this one goes to 220 now. and Gardevoir can just hit next turn and win the game. So it just came down to this turn specifically. But a lot of small interactions where like I think the Terapagos player just like absolutely popped off. I think both players had a pretty ideal starting scenario. But this deck actually seems really scary. Let's take a look at this list that the players are showing off. There's a 3 Terapagos, the 3/3 Noctowl. This makes sense to me. 2-Fan. I think 2-Fan is really, really good. I don't know if I'm sold on the Boufflant yet, but that looked actually really good in practice. Like, I didn't think the Boufflant would be good, but seemed really good. Blood Moon or Sona makes sense. The Greninja seems like the best option for the Trumpets to be activated as well. I like that as the Radiant. 4 Trumpets, 2 Poffin, 3 Ultra, 4 Nest. I feel like this is fine because if you get 1 Fan Rotom into play, you don't really need to find more basics. Like, 1 Fan Rotom with the Poffin, get to the Hoot Hoots. So you don't really need to have more than 2 Poffins. I like the 3 Ultra Ball as well. I don't think you need a ton of Ultra Balls, but it does help you dig through your deck to get to those Noctowls potentially, which then gets you 2 more cards. 2 Vessel I like quite a bit. The Gengar I'm not sold on, but I think it is a cool way to just like get another Pokemon into play for damage while it's in your discard. The 2 Bravery Charm, I don't know if I like. I think maybe 1 Hero's Cape, 1 Charm, and then like an additional just big damage tool potentially to just like one shot something that doesn't expect it, like maybe like a Defiance Belt, or like Defiance Belt puts you at 210, which I guess that math doesn't really work out. Maybe Vitality Band for 190. Something that like kind of shores up our math a little bit with offensive power. I feel like could be a little bit better than playing another defensive card because we're playing 2 pennies anyway. So our game plan is just not to get one shot. So we have the 2 pennies to just kind of pick up and keep moving. I think a Sharon's Care and 1 penny could also even be really good. I actually really like this idea of this deck quite a bit. After seeing that gameplay, it actually seems really fun looking, and I think Noctowl is a very good card. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this content. Please like and subscribe if you do. Check out the original video. Please show them some love as well, and I'll see you guys next time for more content.